Hello friends, in today's video we are going to learn about one of the most basic but powerful SQL command, create table. Create table is part of a data definition language DDL. In this video we'll explain everything step by step so even a beginner can understand it easily. As the name suggested, the create table is used to create a new table in a database. And this is the syntax for the create table. It would be create table, the schema name, dot table name, open the bracket, column name, and then the data type of the column, and then constraints. Constraints are the rules that we apply to a column to maintain the data accuracy and integrity of that specific column and the table. Constraints are optional. A column can exist with or without a constraint in a table. Comment CN or constraints to see an in-depth video about constraints. Let's create a new table using the above syntax. Create. Here I'll be saving this table in the demo schema. So I'll be giving demo dot table name. I'll be creating a new table name called student, and then open bracket. First I'll create a column called ID. It would be an integer column. For constraints I'm giving it as a primary key. Then give a comma. The comma indicates that we have completed the first column and we are moving on to the second column. The second column would be name, and we'll give VARCHAR as a data type, and we'll give 50. Then let's give a constraint called not null. Enter. Age, it would be int. Let's give a check constraint, age at least greater than 0, and date of birth as a date variable, and I'm not giving any constraints here. Then close the bracket, semicolon, then run this query, and here we got the message for successfully executing our create statement. Let's refresh this and you can see the new table here. The student table has been added and you could see the columns here. Let's query and check what's in the table. Select star from. Here we need to give the table name. It's fully null because we just created a table with a structure, and our next step would be to insert some value into this table. Insert is used to insert a value into a table. Insert is a data manipulative language command, and the syntax for a insert statement is insert into the table name where we need to insert the values into, and the columns in that table, and then the values which we need to insert. Let's quickly run an insert statement. Insert into, let's insert the values into the demo student table, and open bracket. The columns would be ID, name, age, DOB, close the bracket. Now insert the values, open bracket, and ID let's give 1, and name as Batman, and age as 15, and DOB, close the bracket. If we need to insert another value into the table, just give a comma and give the value for the next student. Let's give us ID number 2 per man, close the bracket. Now let's run this insert statement, and let's run the select statement to see if the values have been inserted or not. Here you could see both of the student value have been inserted into the table. The next way is to create a table using an existing table. This is when you need to create a table by copying the structure and data from another table. This would be the syntax for it. It would be a create table and the table name which we need to create, as then we would give a select statement. The output of the select statement would be created as a new table. Let's try out an example and see it for ourselves. Create table. Let's give the table name as student copy, and we need it in the same demo schema, and as give the select star from demo.student semicolon. Let's execute this. Let's run the demo.student copy and see if the table has been created. Let's run the select statement and see the output of this specific table. Here we got the same value that are all in the student table, in the student copy table. These are the two major ways to create a table in SQL. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.